this event was an encounter with God. But UFO researchers wonder if it might have been something else. More than any other passage in the Bible, Ezekiel's detailed account of this sighting is continually studied and analyzed by ufologists, who argue that it is a biblical alien encounter.
I saw a wheel upon the earth. As for the appearance of the wheels and their construction, their appearance was like the gleaming of a chrysolite.
Ezekiel is describing a flying, spinning, glowing, metallic object that ascends and lands in front of him. In the modern age, what we see are flying, glowing, spinning metallic objects that ascend and descend just like the objects that are described in the Bible. It's not an illogical conclusion to assume that these craft that we see today may be the exact same craft that they're describing in the Bible in ancient times.
Their construction being, as it were, a wheel within a wheel. When they went into any of their four directions, without turning as they went.
You can tell he was struggling with the description. Now, that's also true of UFO experiences that people have. They're having difficulty describing what they're seeing, and it matches this description that we see in the Bible.
The four wheels had rims, and they had spokes, and their rims were full of eyes round about.
What I believe he's talking about is devices, mechanical devices. And in the time that he was discussing this, there was nothing mechanical. The wheel was about the most sophisticated device that they had.
When the wheels of Ezekiel hovered above him, he may have thought he was seeing a supernatural reality, but what if it was simply a high-tech reality? How do you tell the difference between the supernatural and the super-technological? The more highly technical a reality becomes, the more supernatural it seems.
And from the midst of it came the likeness of four living creatures. Wherever their spirit would go, they went, and the wheels rose along with them. For the spirit of the living creatures was in the wheels.
It describes an object that comes from the mountainside and actually disgorges some type of intelligent beings from its interior.
As for the likeness of their faces, each had the face of a man in front. The four had the face of a lion on the right side. The four had the face of an ox on the left side. And the four had the face of an eagle at the back.
In his day and time, quite literally, there's nothing unnatural in the sky. There are no planes. There are no helicopters. There aren't kites. There aren't even any balloons. And in his day and age, nothing moved unless it was alive or unless something living was moving it. So I use the analogy of living creatures.
Over the heads of the living creatures, there was the likeness of a firmament, shining like crystal. And when they went, I heard the sound of their wings, like the sound of many waters, like the thunder of the Almighty.
He sees a firmament, a very large object. So many of the engineers that have looked at this verse believe that what he's talking about is actually landing gear. He describes lights running up and down them. He describes rings of flashing lights around them. And he speaks of a being coming out of the craft, coming out of the firmament above him, and speaking to him.
If these visitors were extraterrestrial in nature, why did they appear to Ezekiel?
Did this initial encounter with Ezekiel lead to some form of mind control, which led him to write this very long book of prophecy about the future of Israel and about the military and political consequences of what was going to happen in the future? I don't know about this, but this is certainly one of the key concepts that theologians would have to explore once the UFO reality were admitted to be real.
Coming up, angels, messengers from God, or visitors from another planet? Angels. God's divine messengers. Their ethereal images appear in art and architecture across the millennia and around the globe. Mentioned hundreds of times in the Bible, angels were present at some of the most significant events in ancient history. But what are angels? Some ufologists wonder if angels and aliens are one and the same.
I would speculate that the angels of the Bible and of the Quran would possess the same powers and have the same capabilities in a supernatural sense as what we would call these occupants of the UFO or the extraterrestrials today.
According to the Bible, St. Peter, the patriarch of the Catholic Church, was saved by an angel with mysterious abilities.
The Apostle Peter was put in jail, and to make sure that he stayed where he was supposed to be, he was put in chains in his jail cell, and he had a guard sleeping on each side of him.
And behold, an angel of the Lord appeared, and a light shone in the cell. And he struck Peter on the side and woke him, saying, "Get up quickly." And the chains fell off his hands.
The angel led Peter out of his cell, past the unconscious guards.
When the angel and Peter left the jail, the gate to the jail then opened on its own accord.
And they went out and passed on through one street, and immediately the angel left him.
But the Bible passage does not tell how the angel got in the jail in the first place.
The answer might be that the angel has the ability to go through solid walls, and this is sometimes reported in modern UFO cases.
Modern theorists have also looked at other angelic accounts in the Bible for possible connections to extraterrestrials. They found that, much like descriptions of alien encounters, angels are often depicted conveying their message through visions and dreams.
Would aliens, would space aliens use our unconscious mind, our dream life, to inform us of their will for us? That's what happens in Matthew 2, certainly.
Behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. Rise, take the child and his mother, and flee to Egypt, and remain there till I tell you.
Joseph is warned in a dream that he should get out of town quickly because Herod is going to try to kill off Jesus.
After his dream, Joseph hurried his infant son out of harm's way, and Jesus' life was spared.
dream issue is a big part of the Judeo-Christian psychic life. How much of this is due to the direct intervention of the aliens, we don't know. Going back to Abraham in the Old Testament, there's a passage in Genesis that says that the Lord caused a deep sleep to come on Abraham.